Okay. So what does the progression of a person's psychology look like if they're a very narcissistic personality disorder, something like that, and then they come to a point in their life where they become a mass shooter? What has to happen to kind of walk that path?
Yeah, well, exactly. I like how you frame it because you're getting at a point which I think we only actually became, I think we only truly understood recently, and that is that people don't become a mass shooter overnight. These are not like super impulsive events. In many cases, these actually develop over months and years. Only about 20% of mass shootings are actually fully impulsive. And most of the ones with which we know, like the public mass shootings, develop over months to years. So it's a combination of things. So fundamentally, fundamentally, there are a lot of issues going on. Primarily, ultimately mass shootings are related to evil and those sorts of things. Why someone would do something like this, it's, a very evil thing. But so that's most fundamentally. But after that, number one, these people, and not to be too redundant, but these people have major character develops very early on. And that's why, this is again somewhat redundant, but this is why it's so important for people to examine this sort of thing to understand uh, psychodynamic theory. Psychodynamic theory ultimately is just an understanding of human nature. So our character is determined when we're very young. So it's then when our ability to tolerate anxiety, stabilize our mood, manage our impulses, etc., are determined. So that develops when you're very young. Then these people have difficulties for many years. In most cases, although sometimes we hear online or when we're watching news reports about mass shootings that these people were kind of had no other problems. They seemed like very nice people, etc. Often, not always, of course, but often if one were to look into it a little more, as we have, of course, you would find that this person actually has had problems for a long time, difficulties with aggression, impulse control, and violence. So that's been going on for a long time, school age years, into high school and teenage years and college, adolescence, and all those sorts of things. And then a number of things can happen. One, they could start using substances, which could, obviously disinhibit them. And it's often a combination of the things. Two, they could be confronted with some sort of major life event. In the case of a younger person, a partner cheating on them or being unfaithful, loss of a job, loss of a parent, those sorts of things. So some sort of major life stress. And then a few other things are going on. In many cases, these people become or develop, as I mentioned, a fascination with or affinity for firearms. So it's not just about gun availability, which is just for the most part universal. Something leads, and again, over years, something leads to this person developing a great fascination with affinity for firearms. We see that in almost every case. And then often the final step is that these people develop, as I mentioned, this severe nihilism. They decide that their life is empty. There's nothing to live for, and they would feel better or just not being alive and then ultimately taking their life. So you have all of that. And then finally, in many cases, especially in the case of public mass shooters, these people who feel very badly about themselves, have not accomplished very much, want to take their life, basically want to go out in some sort of, as they say, blaze of glory. They want attention for whatever reason. And they realize that the only way for them to gain this attention or infamy is to, unfortunately, to perpetrate a mass shooting. And that's kind of how we build from, development, as a toddler to perpetrating a mass shooting.
Yes. To go even deeper on these ideas, you can watch my full episode using the link in the description or the box on the screen.